Self-care. What comes to your mind when you hear the word self-care? Spas, manicure, pedicure, very aesthetic setting where there are scented candles lit. At least for me, earlier, this was the case. Whenever I heard the word self-care, everything expensive, aesthetic used to come to my mind. Something after doing which you definitely don't feel good, you really feel broke. It took me a long time to realize self care is not actually just the spa or painting your nails, getting a manicure done, pedicure done, or taking a bubble bath. It's not just that, it can be very simple things like just moving your body or drinking more water. So, today we are going to talk about self care. Don't be ever fooled by the Instagram posts, aesthetic YouTube videos where the self care is all about having a bubble bath, people reading in the bathtub with all candles lit around. I would be seriously afraid of burning myself in those candles and wetting my book or spoiling my book, right? What I mean to say is don't be fooled by all these aesthetic things going on social media because self care is not just that. That can be your self care, but it doesn't have to be that. Self care is really different from person to person. Your self care may not be my self care. What is really self care? Self care is doing something that makes you feel really good, makes you feel actually good. Not just the joy in that moment, not just that dopamine hit at the moment, which will make you feel really calm, content, and happy from within. Tell me this. One weekend, you were really bored and you wanted to binge watch a series. You thought it will make you feel good. It's kind of your self care. And you watch the series for 2 days continuously, and at the end of it, do you actually feel good? For me, after watching this series, I am sleep deprived. My brain is overstimulated. I'm not able to even sleep even after finishing the series because the story is running in my mind. I am bored with all other mundane things of life. I lost interest in watching the sky. I've lost interest in taking a walk because my brain is overstimulated with dopamine. So I don't actually feel good at the end of the series, binge watching a series. Let's say instead of watching that series, you just took a walk alone without your phone. You just watched people, you just watched the trees, watched the sky, and you smiled at little things. How does that make you feel? How do you feel at the end of that weekend? You would be fully recharged to come back to work. You wouldn't be bored with small things in life. You will be more happy with the little things in life. That is actual self care. According to research, there are 6 categories of self care, okay? Physical, psychological, emotional, relational, work related, and spiritual. Physical self care is something you do for your physical body. You move your body, you take a walk, you do a small yoga flow, you exercise, you work out. That is your physical self care. Psychological self care is to do with your mental well being. Maybe you journal, you meditate a little bit, anything to take care of your mind. Emotional is to express your emotions. These can be very simple things like letting your emotions out, maybe crying when you feel like it, screaming to the pillow when you're feeling angry, and more than that, accepting all your emotions, allowing yourself to feel all the emotions like sadness, anger, all the emotions, and be kind to yourself when you're feeling them. That is your emotional self-care. Your spiritual self-care might look like a prayer. Even if you're not a religious person, praying to the higher energy, feeling gratitude for all that you have got till today. That is your spiritual self care. Relational self care is something you do with your family, your partner, your loved ones, your kids, spending quality time with them. You might have heard the word quality time so many times. Actual quality time is where you are not distracted, you're not thinking about work, you're not scrolling your phone, you're not reading an article, but you're fully in the present moment, you're fully listening to the other person. Relational self-care might also look like connecting more with people who make you feel good, who make you happy, maybe showing some extra love to them. By showing extra love to people, you will also feel more loved and more happy, more content. That is your relational self-care. And the self care with work might look something like setting boundaries with work, not working after 7 p.m., not working on weekends, or working in a flow state, getting into that fully focused flow state so that you have more time for your leisure, for your other things. It is said that you need to cultivate your self care practice in all these areas. You need to do at least one of them in each areas every day. That is how you can keep your stress levels low, you can keep your mind calmer, and you can keep yourself happier. These are the self care practices that you can do on a daily basis. But sometimes it doesn't hurt for you to show yourself some extra care, right? So, here are 7 self care practices that you can do for free once in a while, as often as you like. These are either free or have a very little cost involved that you can do for yourself to love yourself more, to show yourself more love and care, more acceptance, and make yourself happier in the moment. Let's get into these practices. First practice is taking a walk alone in nature without your phone, just being in the moment. No music, no audiobooks, no podcasts, no one else, and no phone, just being in the nature, looking at it, feeling it, and just being in nature. You may not realize this, but it is super powerful. If you are feeling low at any moment of the day, you're feeling bored, just go for a walk and see how it lifts up your energy. For some people, there may not be a lot of nature around you, there may not be a lot of trees. For me, that's the case. There are not a lot of trees unless I go to a nearby place where there are trees. If that is the case, I would say just go to your balcony and watch the sky and clouds. If you have a terrace, that is even better. Just go there and watch the sky, watch the white clouds. I love watching the sky for some reason. I like that blue sky with white clouds floating around. It just makes you feel very calm, very grounded, and feel that air on your skin. Just try this mindful moment with the nature under the sky for some time this week and see how does it feel. Second self-care practice I highly recommend doing is to apply a face mask or a hair pack. This doesn't have to be a feminine way of self-care actually. Even if you are a guy, you can do this. Here, you are not really being beauty conscious, you know. You are not really doing this for a clear skin or a luscious hair. Not like that. It is just to feel good. You have this feeling of taking care of yourself, showing love to your body. When you don't have that itchy scalp, when you don't have that pimples on your skin which are painful, you will naturally feel good, right? So this applying a face mask or a hair pack is a self-care practice that you do to show more love to your body other than just being beauty conscious. You don't have to invest in expensive masks or hair packs. It can be simple, it can be easily made at home. I use homemade hair packs every week. It's just soaked methi. You just have to soak a little bit of methi in water overnight, and morning you grind it with some curd, yogurt. Just apply it on your scalp, leave it for 2-3 hours and wash it off. It helps you with your dandruff if you have dandruff problems. And if your my scalp used to really get itchy, and it doesn't feel good all the time. You're itching your scalp and at night your sleep is disturbed. It doesn't feel good. When that is taken care of, your sleep is fixed, you are feeling better. So yes, that is the self-care practice I highly recommend you to do once in a while. Third practice is to write a love letter to yourself. When was the last time you wrote a letter to anybody? I haven't written anything in 7 to 8 years, I guess. Do you remember those days where we used to get some handwritten letters from friends, maybe on a birthday or during farewells? And it used to feel so good reading that. It used to feel so warm in heart, right? Sit with yourself and write a love letter to yourself. Tell yourself why do you love yourself. What are those qualities in yourself you really love, and express that heart full of love to yourself. As you're showing more love to your body, showing your mind and soul a little more love once in a while doesn't hurt at all, right? Next thing is to make something healthy and tasty. I know, people who don't like cooking will be rolling their eyes right now. I hate cooking. I hate going to the kitchen. Why would I make a meal for myself as a self care practice? I know, because I also don't like cooking. Once in a while, just go to your kitchen and make something from scratch and be mindful while doing that. When you're chopping your veggies, just look at your veggies, be with them, be with your knife, look how do they look inside, and make this meal with full of love, okay? Imagine you are a star chef in a restaurant or something and you're making meals that everyone loves. Imagine yourself like that and try different things. Even though I hate cooking, many times I have seen when I'm sitting at my desk the whole day, I'm bored to death at the end of the evening. I'm alone whole day and I'm bored to death. I just go to my kitchen. I start chopping the vegetables. I start putting them healthy stuff in the cooker or in the kadai, and I start making the meal. I just feel that I am taking care of myself. I am loving my body. I am putting good things into my body. And this mindful cooking process will calm you down. So just play with the ingredients. Try an easy recipe from YouTube or Instagram or wherever. Play with the ingredients. If you want a little more salt, if you want a little more sweetness, add a little sugar or jaggery or honey. Just try to enjoy the process, and once you make it, try to enjoy it mindfully, thinking that you really did something good for your body. You just took care of your body, you know. With so much love, you're feeding your body. Imagine that and sit with yourself or with your family, eat it mindfully and see how that feels. The next practice is my favorite. Light a diya or a candle and sit in silence. I say this again and again. We have stimulated our brains so much. We are always feeding it with new information, new reels, new news, new videos, new movies. We are always overstimulating it. So, letting the mind sit in silence may not look like a big thing. It may not feel like it is going to lift you up or something, but you need to just experience it. Why lighting a candle or diya? Because the warm lights will make you feel calmer in some way. I don't know. I just like to light a diya and sit in calmness, just meditate or just sit watching that diya with a soft music in the background. That is fine. Sit with yourself, sit with your thoughts. Maybe if you are a spiritual person, you can pray as well. Give this mindful pause to your life, maybe on a weekend or maybe once in a month, and see how it makes a difference to your stress levels, your focus, your motivations, your energy, and everything in life. The next self care practice is to spend quality time with your loved ones. I know you might have heard this a lot of times and you're like, what is this quality time anyway? I think you all agree with me that we are all very distracted these days. Many times it happens with me. I'll be on a call with my mom or someone, and simultaneously I'll be scrolling through reels or YouTube shorts, or I'll be looking for an article. And many times I don't even know what the other person is talking, and I'm completely zoned out. You also might have observed this. You're completely zoned out and you don't know, you're fully distracted either in your phone or in your own thoughts, other thoughts. So it has become very easy for us to get distracted, especially when we are listening to someone or spending time with someone. This weekend or today, try this, okay? When your partner is speaking to you, your kids are telling you something, your parents are telling you something, try to be there, try to listen to them just for 15 minutes, not much, just for 15 minutes. Listen to them without being distracted in any other thoughts, without judging them, without thinking in your mind that, okay, what should I say next? Should I argue this? What is this? This is bullshit. Without thinking any of this, without getting distracted by any of these, try to be try to be curious, try to listen to them, ask questions. Maybe ask your partner about their childhood, ask your parents about their early days of building a home, or their careers or their childhood. Genuinely want to know what they are saying and listen with curiosity. Oh, did that happen? Then how did you feel? What did you do after that? Ask questions from a real place of genuine curiosity, Maybe try to do something different with your loved ones. Do some DIY project, or a little decluttering of the house. Involve your kids, involve everyone, and try to do a little decluttering of the house. Make it a fun, maybe play a game, have deep conversations. Show some extra love. Maybe hug them, tell them that you love them, you're thankful for them for doing anything that they are doing. When you're doing these, you're doing random acts of kindness to your loved ones, and the research has shown that doing random acts of kindness will increase your happiness. That is the point of any self-care practice, right? To become happier. So by showing extra love, by being with your close ones, by really being with your close ones in the moment, you can become happier. The last self care practice I want you to try out is to do something that is pending for a long time. Oh my god, I can't begin to tell you how good this feels. Some days you might observe that you're really not in a mood, you're really low, you don't feel like doing anything, you're not motivated for anything. You just feel like being in bed or watching Netflix or eating some junk. On those days, just pick one task that is pending from a long time. It could be very simple things like folding the laundry or making the bed or decluttering the room or just sweeping the floor that has been pending for a long time and you're procrastinating for some reason. Pick one task and finish that and see how good that feels, okay? Doing these small things, accomplishing small tasks will release dopamine in your brain, and that will lift up your mood immediately. So you will feel more motivated, you will have more energy to do more things, and you will feel better. You will feel just good. So try this out once in a while. All right, this was my list of 7 free or low cost self care ideas. I hope you have found something to pick from this list and you're going to try it out this week. Let me know, what is your idea of self care? What do you do when you want to show a little more care and love for yourself? in the comments. I'll be waiting to read them all. And let me also know if you are going to pick any of these self care ideas and you're going to try that. Mindset shift is not just about achieving the goals, it's not just about trying hard to come out of the comfort zone, it's not just about beating the fear and keep moving forward. It is also about pausing sometime. Being in the moment, being happy in the moment, taking a breather, and just enjoy each and every moment of life. So, this week, I hope you're going to show yourself some more love, more care, and keep the makeover going. See you next week.